I had a very profound experience with my son the other day, and it's something that I see in the sober living and in life in general, something I've experienced, and it relates to getting down on yourself, being highly critical of yourself, and that downward spiral that can happen when you see yourself making mistakes, and how to deal with that, and the insanity that can happen as a result if you don't have some coping mechanisms and some tools to help you get through that, and also a healthy perspective about mistakes, about life in general, what life is. So with my son, he and there's something I did with him that I want to share that hopefully can help you, others. It's a cool exercise that I actually learned from my mother, which is a practice that she does, and the irony is that our relationship in general is not very good, but it never has been. Hopefully someday we figure out a way to get through that. But in the meanwhile, I hope she doesn't mind that I'm using her technique to share. I don't think she would, because it in general is very helpful, and it's a subconscious thing, it's a spiritual thing, and it's an exercise I did with my son the other day, and it just really, the results are amazing sense. So here's the scenario, and try to get through this as quickly as possible. I'm his coach in baseball. There's reasons for that, but even before that, the kid's been through a lot. He's 8 years old. He's been through a divorce in the last few years, and some other stuff. But there's just some emotional trauma, and couple that with the just having a dad that's his coach and is also, I will admit I've been a little hard on him. I try to balance out, positivity and recognition and good with criticism, but still, it's a lot for a child to deal with. And I hope I haven't made things worse in the past. I probably have, but who knows? I'm doing my best as far as from a standpoint of criticizing him with his baseball game and with the way he plays. So that said, though, he's had tremendous results. In the last couple of years, he's gone from, hardly playing at all to now he's just a really good ball player, really, really solid. But nonetheless, he'll make a mistake, and it's a common mistake, or maybe it's something on form that I keep, I hold true to. Like, son, you need to point your foot this way, or, hold your position your hands this way, or whatever it is, that it's a foundational principle and he has a hard time grasping it. Or it could just be, missing a catch, or not hitting the ball. Whatever it is, he'll reach a point where he just puts his head down, starts crying, and can't get out of it. And if any of you have played sports, it's very important that you keep your head up, stay positive, shake it off, move on, and, get the next one type of attitude. Well, he has a really hard time with that, even though I say it over and over again. And so, among many of the other drills that we're doing in practice, exercises that we do, we're playing, we were just playing some catch inside the house with the ball. We do some hand-eye exercise stuff. And he just was struggling catching the ball. He started that downward spiral. And he said something like, "I'm so stupid. I'm never going to get this," or "I'm dumb. I don't," something very negative and self-deprecating. And I said, so this is where I did the thing, and I see this in the sober living too. I see it, I struggled with this. I believe it's a common human characteristic to, it's kind of easy. I think it's easy and self-indulgent to just give in, and but it's what we do, right? It's a battle that we all have, I'm sure. So he's saying, "I'm stupid, I'm dumb," and he's tearing up. So I said, "All right, what does that look like? If you could create something, there's no wrong answer. What does it look like when you feel this way? What do you see in your mind?" And he says, "I see a person who wants to destroy something." He says, "I see a boy that wants to destroy something." I said, "Okay, So take that image and let light from God or the universe, whatever you're comfortable with. I said God's light, right? I'm agnostic. I don't care. I know there's something up there. So if you're hung up on the God thing, get over it. You can do universe, but a good, warm, fuzzy feeling light, right? That's from a place that we don't know about. That's the exercise. So let God's light come down and visualize it with me. Just take a breath. Let's just take a couple minutes and do this together. He did. And we let the light go into that angry child that was going to destroy something and just swell up inside and consume the entirety of that little boy. And this image could have been, for me, I've done this before, it was a black blob. It was like this yucky, green, slimy ball of shit. It could be whatever. There's no wrong answer, right? So for him, it's this boy. We let this light come in, let it, take your time and let that light take over and consume the entirety of that boy. And do you see that happening? And he's like, yeah, okay. So we let that process happen until that light completely feels and overcomes the entirety, until he visually sees that little boy is now filled with light, good warm light from God or universe, whatever. And then we let that light continue to expand out through and out to the entire world, and then out to the entire universe, all the way out into eternity. And this whole time, all the black yucky stuff is being kicked out. All the negativity and the pain and all that stuff is being kicked out and being removed. And I said that there's angels that are coming and taking them away, taking that stuff away, putting it in little, boxes, and they're taking it away, and it's never to come back again. They're gone forever, right? So this, a child can appreciate. You can use whatever type of visualization works for you. And we went through that process. We let that light continue to expand all the way out into eternity, and then it comes all the way back, comes back and ends right back in the center of that little boy. And now he's clean and happy and looks better. And I said, do you see that? Do you see how everything now is happy and clear? And so I walk him through this process, and the light has changed everything. I said, so from now on, when you start feeling that way, instead of that boy that wants to destroy something, there's now this boy filled with light that forgives himself and it realizes it's okay to make mistakes and moves on and is excited about the next play and grateful for the mistake, because it teaches that little boy where he needs to continue to practice and work. So that's from now on what you feel when there's a mistake. And I'll tell you, since then, this kid is a different person. He's playing with confidence. He's having fun. There are some times where he starts kind of going down again, but also I'll take into account that he's tired or he's hungry. He's still an 8-year-old boy, and there's just a certain threshold that kids have emotionally for stuff like this. The other day we went out and, we'd been practicing for about an hour, and he was tired, and he started getting a little bit grumpy. And so that's a factor. Visualization can't help with that. But the subconscious mind, these are visuals that resonate and facilitate change within us, right? The subconscious mind, it just takes instructions and does what we say. And so these are very, very, very powerful exercises that we can use, any one of us can use. And, there you go. I got to tell you, man, it's great. And my son loves meditations. I put him to sleep every night, after he'll watch TV for a while, and then I'll put on, Dr. Wayne Dyer has some cool meditations to go to sleep before bed. Very positive affirmation type stuff. These things are amazing, what it does. His mom, I'll end it on this. His mom, the other day, we were at he was at a baseball camp, and she said, she pointed out how concerned she was about these episodes he goes through of, getting down on himself. She wanted to get him into counseling. And I told her what I did with him. And I said, let's see how it goes this season. And if it continues the way it is, there is no need for counseling or, any type of therapies or third party, intervention. It's just that perspective and that visualization practice that we did, that exercise. So far, so good. That's all it's taken. With adults, could be faster. I know with 8-year-olds, there's a lot of, with kids, there's a lot of maybe more patience, and there may be more variables that'll come up out of it. But I just wanted to share this as it came up. I hope this helps you. I hope you use that type of stuff. Happy to help if you need any references or, more detail on that practice. I can get you in touch with some other resources that are available or whatever. Happy to help. All right, thanks. Bye.